to give you one time, and boy, you're moving so fine. You got me losing my mind. Let it talk to me. Hey. Just slow it down, let your body speak. Right away. I know that timing is everything. No play, no play. How long I got is infinity. Nah, straight up infinity. Let it talk, step, step. Woo. Baby girl, don't you worry, not fret. Let it talk, step, step. Look how long me and you fi connect. Let it talk, step, step. Shake it up, don't you worry, not fret. Let it talk, step, step.
Things are bubbling up quite nicely here. A healthy whiff of expectation laced with the odd infusion of nerves. Everyone knows what's at stake here. The chance to play on a grander stage. It is time now to focus. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So things are underway.
In Paul Scholes, we have a player who can pull all the strings in midfield, one of England's best ever.
So unsung, but utterly appreciated by those he plays with.
Yeah, simply a master of passing, Peter. His ability to know what's going on around him at any given time makes him such a clever and hugely capable danger in this team.
Not quite sure who got the final touch, but it will be another corner. Nepal have their second corner now. He's rising! But he's left disappointed.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
Now he's got space here. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. And here's Pato. Pato! Gnabry. Not the most accurate pass. Dani Olmo. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Pass somewhat off target. Nepal, so far, providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. And there's green grass ahead of him. Scholes. And they can counter here. Driving on and making good progress. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Can he finish? He's scored! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Nepal have penetrated for the first time.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
And it's Scholes.
Oh, great feat, that.
Scholes hangs in a header!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Can he get on the end of this? Just more than 15 minutes till half-time. Nicely shaped ball. And no, that was never going to make it. Scholes. Out of play for a throw. Edmilson. And that's a good-looking ball. Well, there's your danger man, a title that is entirely justified. Looking for the run. And this is Pato. No, he wasn't going to be fooled. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. He's having a pop! Denied by an instinctive save.
He's definitely living up to the occasion here. He just loves being out there amongst it.
Nepal have their third corner. Nepal have the chance to go the other way. And he cuts out the supply. deftly away. Timber. This is a promising build-up. Good running, strong and purposeful. He's had it taken off him. Pato. Now it's Kökçü. Looking for options for movement. Chance for a shot! Oh, good finish. And this is getting better and better. So smooth. And that is indeed the final act.
Well, I don't think most of us were expecting a second, Peter. It's become pretty much the ideal half.
That certainly seems to be the case.
And that ought to encourage an even more ambitious approach in this second half, Peter, with control already established.
Well, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon. So, into the second half.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
Nepal do appear to have made a half-time change.
I'll be fascinated to see how the change now affects them.
He's going for goal! Well, he's had a decent crack at it.
Just couldn't quite control it. Nothing wrong with the height and the contact.
Nice looking ball. Can he get onto this? Otto makes the interception. Delivered low. And it's been hooked away.
Well, that might be the first time they've gone long, Peter. They've clearly been told to try something different.
Albert Ferrer. Nepal are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Can he get it through? It's a promising position. Pato stood his ground strongly. Saka.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack. That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Van Bouten getting this one clear.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Nepal are a team that's fond of the low block. They sure defend in numbers.
Yeah, the whole point being to go back to front as quickly as possible, Peter. Of course, once the ball has been won.
Yeah, balls over the top, long diagonals, that's the plan. And this is Pato. Albert Ferrer did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Well, that pass isn't the best. Now, can they get him away? That's good running with the ball. It's Pato! That is delicious! A finish of true class!
After 78 minutes,
It's all becoming so easy. And that really is so impressive. Nepal find a position of real strength now.
Nepal really have been second best here, second to every ball, and they can't have any complaints about where they are now. The good thing is they haven't given up, but it's not looking favourable.
And it's Scholes. And there's the shot! Oh, the keeper's equal to it.
substitution on the field, number 11,
A moment to try and place the cherry on the cake.
21, El Hadj Diouf. Coming on the field, number 19, Francesco Totti. Number 6, Mbappe.
Yes! They are playing them off the park. This is a gloriously greedy performance. Some resolute defending there. Kukçu is always scanning the pitch for targets. Can he latch on to this?
Has been indicated.
Mbappe. Gerrard. He's picked his way through. Mbappe. Now here's the delivery. And that is well cleared. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Nepal are beaten and they are out. Your reflections then, Jim?
Well, what can I say, Peter? It seemed like the enormity of the task.
줄을 감싸 밀고 당겨 doom slap let's count down 하면 자꾸만 flat 괜찮아 뭐 어때 우리 사이 keep going make it baseline 너도 왠지 템포가 빨라 걸어와 둘만의 timeline hands in the sky you know what I like we making music every day we play 가볍게 grooving don't stop the music hands up on my bass and put you lower We're making music. Don't stop the
Well, this is just joyous. The perfect backdrop as both sides look to clear the first hurdle. Supporters here in terrific numbers. So will they be going back happy at the end of 90 minutes? Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. So things are underway. Well, there is no question that Eden Hazard on his day is one of the world's best, Jim. Torres! No, it just wouldn't sit for him.
Fernando Torres cannot be faulted for trying. It was asking to be hit just a bit straighter.
Now it's Xabi Alonso. He's picked his way through. It's Alonso! A real chance and a real let-off.
Yeah, it wasn't the worst decision in the world to go for the shot, even if he was being closely marshalled.
And it's Kukçu. Oh, well measured. Oh, he's all alone. And a chance! Marvellous goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get press from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. It's a promising position.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
He's gone down, but the referee just tells him to get back up again. That is ended up in no man's land. Oh, he's taken out. That'll be a foul. And he has shown him a yellow card. Balde. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Hazard. Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. And the pass is intercepted.
Nepal really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
And that's definitely not his best. Turns back here, probably the best option. Khan sends that a long way. Xavi Alonso. And that was asking for too much. Edmilson. And he has been fouled there. And he's going to have his name taken. In the end, they found themselves penned in, nowhere to go. He ran himself into trouble there, free kick given away. Well, that's a booking, always looked it. And it's Timber. And he's decided to go for it. And he was there to get a vital touch.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he? There's a defensive height advantage here, Peter, but of course it's not guaranteed to work.
Absolutely, they're certainly not as big as those trying to stop them. And the keeper beats it away. And now a sudden chance to counter. Knocks it into space. Now that's well seen too. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
So a temporary halt to the action. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. Nepal currently behind by 1-0 at the break.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about. So an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly.
Substitution for Barcelona, number 17, El Hadj Diouf.
And we get things going again.
Well, I think starting this half in a strong manner is essential, Peter, if you're chasing the game, which they are. You know, go with intent and purpose. Let your opponents know you're not just going to quietly bow down.
He's got away. Oh, some astute defending there. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other.
Like so many others that said you like a racehorse. I said you like a blowtorch. I said it took a long, long time to get here.
So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. There's the whistle and here we go. With so many teams now playing just one up front, Jim, it's easy to forget, isn't it, that strike partnerships used to be the norm.
Absolutely, Peter, but partnerships have proven themselves to be very productive over the years. They carry more might.
And we've had some legendary ones, haven't we?
Yeah, and how it usually works is that you've got one target man with the other striker playing off him and just looking to add another little bit of devilment.
Araujo gets over and intercepts. Now he's got space here. He's found a way through. Shot, great chance! Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is. What a start. Free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. So who's he going to be aiming for here? Decent hit from there. And here's Totti, Kvaratskhelia. And he's got away from him. And smartly reclaimed. Now it's Totti. Nicely weighted ball. Linton touches it back.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
No change to the score, 0-0 it remains. And here's Kvaratskhelia. And that's a simple one for the keeper. Edmilson. And here's Torres.
Fernando Torres really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Well, the referee's pulled play back and has booked him for the original offence. Yamal. And the keeper's got it again. That is ended up in no man's land. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Nepal clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
That's an imaginative pass.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Oh, perfectly measured that. DiMarco. That's a sharp pass. And it's Linton. Well timed, excellent interception. Played back to the goalkeeper. DiMarco makes the interception. Park Ji-sung, spread to the right. Yamal! He's done very well to get to that.
Lamine Yamal clearly thought...
And the referee has blown for half-time. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. How would you review the first half?
Well, I wouldn't say it was the most potent performance, Peter, but defensively, very composed. The scoreline might still be 0-0, but I'm expecting things to open up a bit more in this second half.
Well, it's been a half that hasn't lacked suspense or intrigue. It's only lacked goals. 0-0 at the break. And we're already back up and running after half-time.
Nepal are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
Donadoni with the short one. And now a sudden chance to counter. He has found the way through. Oh, he's seen... It's gone in! He's put through his own net!
Well, that's really unfortunate. He'll be kicking himself at the moment, and believe me, I know how that feels. Surprise, surprise. What a crazy start to the second half. The star man finds his own net. Crazy.
So one moment, he's been bundled over. That is a foul. It's a straight red. He has been given his marching orders. Well, Jim, there's only one reason that he would be sent off there. It is the denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity.
Well, Peter, I don't think he even had time to blink. This is just a spontaneous reaction. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Your impression so far, Jim?
Nepal are very much in the game and matching the opposition for chances.
Balde. And they can counter here. That is a great pick out. And he shoots! Well, now it's a race. He'll try from distance! And that is doing no harm at all.
Manchester United certainly look sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
Over to the right flank. And the counter is on. Oh, played through for the wide man. Nepal perhaps contemplating their next change here. Pass somewhat off target. Looking for a runner. Oh, he's found support out wide. And that was asking for too much.
Substitution.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
And it's Totti. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Shevchenko. Shapes to shoot! Oh, it's fallen kindly here. And that's a good finish. And surely that does it. Perfect time, decisive strike. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Oh, that's great movement from him. He instinctively knew that the ball was going to come back out and put himself where he needed to be. The sort of thing you just can't teach.
Oh, they could be caught out here. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Takes a shot! Goal! And what a climax we have here! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
The danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision. They need to sharpen up or it's going to happen again.
Nepal give themselves a chance of a fairy tale finish.
Well, who's under pressure now? It's going to require some inspired defending to stop this lot.
Manchester United have got it back and they'll have another go. Kvaratskhelia, he is through here. It is close, but that is the last of it. Nepal perhaps feeling a little aggrieved with this final score. They clearly feel that their efforts...
Just the beauty of youth would quell
Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. So it's away we go then. The Netherlands have gone with what looks like an orthodox 4-4-2, Jim.
Well, the modern version of that is a lot more fluid and flexible than in bygone times. There's a much greater understanding of the need for players to cover forward running, and it enables...
And Batistuta! Denied by an instinctive save.
Batistuta is offering a wry smile there.
And we have our very first corner. Maradona goes short, and he shoots! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And that has been cut short. That's destined for the flank. Back where it came from. Now there's a fine ball. Batistuta! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. He doesn't look too happy with that.
Batistuta certainly got the pace he wanted on that, but not the all-important bend.
Just eases him off the ball. Best. And he plays one through. That is good alertness. Tries to pass it through, and he's worked it through. Oh, well played. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
The Netherlands clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup. Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
He is through here. In it comes. Cleared away. Threads one in. Great ball, and he's in. And Batistuta! Batistuta! Utterly brilliant! A finish right from the top draw. And that is a goal worthy of universal appreciation. Even the opposing fans have to recognise the quality there.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
The Netherlands have broken through. It's 1-0.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus as the opposition will inevitably react.
And he's managed to get free.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Batistuta. Oh, that's a key interception. And it's Maradona. He's found a way. He's having a shot! In he goes again. It's a goal! And that takes him up to double figures, the first significant goal-scoring landmark. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, Peter, I know from experience there are players who always seem to know where the ball's going to end up. This isn't about luck at all, despite what people say. Just keep an eye on it.
And that is all they have time for. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, I think the manager should be pretty happy that his side managed to come in on level terms. Things seem to be going a little against them, but they stemmed the tide, got their equaliser, and I think we're in for an exciting second half now.
Nepal are level pegging at half-time then, and it's a finely balanced game. 1-1 the score. So straight into the second half.
Nepal have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. OK, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
Albert Ferrer plays the return pass. Ronaldinho venturing down the left. Saka. He won't be happy with that one. Nepal come out this half somewhat altered.
Well, I think this is probably a good time, Peter, to make ambitious change.
Juve. Now, what about a counter-attack? And that's aimed into the middle. And they've managed to get rid. Ball is over the line.
Substitution.
Nepal have, after this, one further opportunity to make a substitution. Aimed beyond the defence. Vinicius Junior. He's shifting through the gears here. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Nepal still have the cards to affect this game. Shapes to shoot! It's their second corner of the game. Stojkovic plays it short. There's a no-nonsense tackle. And now they can spring out of defence. Look at the Girassi! Goal, the Netherlands! Into the lead once more. Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
Well, there is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change.
Well, he's going to inject a nice bit of pace into that front line, Peter, so I can see him making those runs in behind.
The Netherlands leading now. Nicked it back promptly. Well, that has not gone well. Balde kept his eye on it, and he's there. Zaire Emery plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Cleared without hesitation.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
And no, that was never going to make it.
Added time.
Can he get on the end of this? Oh, well measured. Jorginho. Oh, that is a nice touch. And here's Vinicius Junior. And he's picked it up out wide. They knocked and knocked, but there is time for no more. A game of margins of thrills, the sort of game that is a great...